Creating effective slides for your ICS podium presentation. This educational module is part of ICS commitment to faculty development and is designed to help you with your presentation. Its aim is to help you create effective slide presentations and give you some tips about presentation skills. Remember, you should use your slides to support your presentation. They are not your script and they are not a substitute for inadequate preparation. You should use your slides to grab the attention of the audience and use them to tell your story. You must, however, have a clear take-home message and be prepared to reinforce this along the way. Finally, remember to run through your slides with someone else to check the order and to ensure your story makes sense. This is also useful to iron out any inconsistencies, spelling mistakes, or errors of grammar. These always tend to escape a single author in spite of the many times that the slides are reviewed. Remember, don't crowd your slide, and the last thing you want to do is to apologise for busy slides. These are at best confusing and actually give very little information to the viewer, particularly at a distance. Keep your slide backgrounds plain. Don't clutter the slides with images or use preset PowerPoint template designs, as these only serve to detract from the information that you wish to convey. Be consistent in the use of fonts, colour and background. Use limited bullet points. Remember, 3 to 5 maximum per slide is probably the limit. This also allows you to make your text of a size that can be seen at a distance. Remember to limit your text and where possible use images to illustrate your point, as these are often more meaningful. Don't ever make the fatal mistake of turning away from your audience to read your slides. Here's a list of some links to free image directories on the internet. Remember, you shouldn't use copyright protected images in your presentations, particularly if your slides are going to be available on the ICS website following your presentation. Don't over-animate your slides, or better still, don't animate them at all. Fortunately, the vogue for using sounds to highlight slides has disappeared. If you are at all tempted to do so, don't. Likewise, don't use complicated builds for your slides. Keep these simple. Speakers tend to forget to punch their mouse button to build slides in time and then lose their coordination in speaking in slide presentation. These are probably best avoided if at all possible. Remember, keep it simple. If you're going to use images, use high-resolution graphics. Stretching small photos doesn't really work, and these look grainy and lose impact. Don't use pointless clip art, and beware copyright images from the internet. You may like to have a visual theme. Often this may be your institution's prepared slide template. If you have one, you may have to use it. If you don't, then keep your theme as plain as possible. Remember, you can make and save your own templates for future use. They can be saved as a design template within PowerPoint. If you're going to use videos, remember to make sure that your file format is compatible with the available software with which IT is available to support you. Make sure that your video is in high-resolution graphics, as it will be needed to be viewed from a distance. If you're including a video clip in your slide, try to ensure that it's not more than 20 seconds long. Remember to load both your presentation and the video clip to the PC from which you will be presenting your talk. Otherwise, when you come to click on it, your video won't load. Always have a second copy available on a memory stick or elsewhere, just in case of disaster. Colours can generally be divided into 2 groups. There are the cool colours such as blue or green, and warm colours, for instance orange and red. Cool colours work best for backgrounds as they appear to recede into the background. Warm colours generally work best for objects in the foreground, like text. Choose your colours and try them for effect, either by viewing them yourself or soliciting the opinion of others to see if they work. Remember, red-green colourblindness affects 1 in 12 men. Blue-yellow colourblindness is very rare. The traditional dark black background light colour text combination has been blue and yellow. However, if you'll be presenting in a dark room, a dark background with white or light text is best. If the room is lighter, then a white background with dark text is better and easier to read. Where the room has a lot of ambient light, dark text on a light background is easier to see. Serif fonts, those with little tails, take longer to read and are best used in titles. Sans serif fonts, those with no tails, are easier to read and can be read faster. They're better used for content. Make sure your font size can be read. Don't go smaller than 14 point, but take account of the size of the hall in which you will be presenting when configuring your slides. This in itself will make sure that you adhere to the don't overclutter rule. When presenting your data, remember that tables have a lesser impact than charts. Keep charts simple enough to convey the essential information and don't crowd the slide. If you do have to use tables, limit the number of cells to present the essential data that you're going to point out when presenting it. Tables can, however, be used to de-emphasize information that you don't want to highlight in your presentation. Remember, run through the slides with someone else to check the order and the sense of your presentation. Make sure that your take-home message is clear and repeat it if needed. Remember to rehearse your presentation prior to its first formal outing. This will iron out problems with your slides, problems with your presentation, and problems with the coordination of each.